Welcome to this session on modeling spread footings. We will actually use the concrete column tool to create a spread footing, simply changing some of the properties along with the family and part. Start by turning off the ACS plane and the ACS plane snap locks. Select the concrete column tool from the structural elements group. The property panel opens showing the catalog properties for place column, and the ribbon now displays the placement tab with options for the placement of the columns. In the property panel, set the catalog type to foundation concrete pier. Set the catalog item to example spread footing 1. This catalog item is delivered with the workset. Its default size is 6 feet by 6 feet for the US dataset and 1820 by 1820 for the neutral metric dataset. Therefore, the section name is 6 by 6 or 1820 by 1820. The structural function is structural. The structural material is concrete. The part definition is foundations, spread footings. The type ID is spread footing, and the item ID is F1. And the phase should be new construction. In order to save any changes you made to the catalog item, select Save Catalog Item from under the light bulb. These are now the default properties for this catalog item. In the ribbon, set the placement to middle center. Under Section Orientation, set all the offsets to 0, and toggle Interactive off with the rotation set to 0. Set the Place By method to length at N2. This means the footing will be placed from the top of the member and then set the length to 1'6" or 450 millimeters. Toggle on the Pro Structure Snap, then snap to the bottom of the column at grid location A1. Continue placing the F1 spread footing at the perimeter columns as indicated. For the next set of footings, we will use the basement floor ACS plane to set the elevation of the footing. Set the floor selector to basement floor. The column grid moves to the basement level, which is minus 15 feet or minus 4,500 millimeters below the ground floor elevation. Change the catalog item to example spread footing 2. The section name for this footing should be 8 by 8 or 2400 by 2400. The structural function is structural, the structural material is concrete, and the part definition is foundations, spread footings. The type ID is still spread footing, but the item ID is F2. The placement options should be the same, and again, the place by method should be length at N2, with a length of 2 feet or 600 millimeters. Snap to the columns at the interior core of the building. Finally, we will add 2 more spread footings at the main entrance. Toggle off the ACS plane and the ACS plane snap lock. Change the catalog item to example spread footing 3. The section name should be 6 feet by 9 feet or 1820 by 2740 millimeters. The structural function is again structural, and the structural material is concrete, and the part definition is foundations spread footing. The type ID is still spread footing, but the item ID should be F3. Now the placement options should be the same. Again, the place by method should be length at N2, with a length of 1'6" or 450 millimeters. However, this time we will offset the placement by creating a Y offset of -1'6" or -450 millimeters. This will allow us to snap to the main column, but position the footing under both the main column and the entrance column. Place an F3 footing at the bottom of the columns at grid locations B1 and B2. All the footings should now be modeled for the building. In the next session, we'll actually model strip footings and walls.
If you found this video helpful, please give it a like. If you want to see more such series, consider subscribing to our channel. Thank you, and see you next time.